My name is Nora Von Drell, and I'm the president and CEO of the SICSA Pet Adoption Center. And I wanted to welcome you to our virtual volunteer appreciation banquet. We're doing this virtually because, as you know, COVID is spiking again, and we want to make sure that we're protecting you as we all process through this change in our world. But we didn't want to let the year go by without making sure you understand how very important you are to this organization. I want to start by thanking our board of directors. Our board of directors are, after all, volunteers, and they set the vision for us. They identify the path that we need to be going on for the next year to come. So thank you for your time and your commitment and for helping us stay on our path. This year, from November 1st, 2019 through October 31st, 2020, our volunteers completed 35,188 hours of service. To put that into context further, if we paid you a $12 an hour wage, it would cost the organization $422,000. That is the equivalent of 17 full-time personnel. Clearly, your work is important to our organization and helps us serve all the animals that we are able to do. But it's so much more than dollars and hours. It's about the heart that you put into this organization. You are clearly needed more than ever. Since November, our volunteers have helped us move, and then they've practiced a lot of patience. That patience was needed when we moved and we were looking at each other trying to figure out what the new normal would be. And then again, when COVID hit and the new normal became the new normal. You sheltered and cared for our animals in your home when we were being quarantined and sheltered at home. You came back and helped us keep the organization and the staff and the other volunteers safe. Or you didn't come back and you practiced more patience as we figured out the processes needed to get you back in place. So really, thank you isn't enough, but we're going to do our best. So sit back and please enjoy as we do our best to show our appreciation for all the hard work our volunteers do.
Hi SICSA friends, I'm Will Bach of MidWestern Wealth Management, a proud supporter of SICSA volunteers. Since we can't gather in person this year to recognize the dedication, hard work, and excellence of the over 800 amazing SICSA volunteer team members, we'll be highlighting our volunteers right here, right now. Join me as we hear from some of our SICSA pack leaders as they share with you some of the outstanding volunteers and milestones and accomplishments made possible by you, our amazing volunteers. On behalf of MidWestern Wealth Management, thank you for everything you do to live out the mission of SICSA.
Hi, my name's Janie Davis and I'm the volunteer manager here at SICSA, and I want to thank all the volunteers that have volunteered here all year long, and I want to also reach out to those that I know during this pandemic that some of you haven't felt comfortable coming into SICSA, and we understand that here, and we're just looking forward to the day when you can come back. We're doing our banquet here live, and I wanted to first talk about our awards. We give yearly awards, 5, 10, 15, 20-year awards. So first I'm going to talk about our awards for 5 years. And the following people are receiving 5-year awards: Jade Howe, Kayla Jones, Heather Attaway, Brenda Adams, Elaine Allison, Leslie Bada, Bailey Brown, Karen Bull, Jane Campbell, Jen Conforti, William Dragalis, Bob Group, Bruce Hartfield, Michelle and Phoebe Hayford, Mark Neighbor, Darla Spence, Lynn Woodward, Amy Younger, and Velvet and Kaylin Brenner, as well as the 5-year award. We have 4 10-year awards, and those go to Trish Kramer, Jane Hostler, Judy Baker, and Lucinda Cindy Smith. We have a 15-year award for Nelson and Paula Gianero. We have 20-year awards go to Kathy Rowan, Mark Skank, and 25 years to Brianna Valet, Judy Key. 30-year award for Janet Whalen, and 35-year award to Belinda Burns. And our Loving in Memory of award goes to Karen Hirsch. Now, next I'm gonna talk about our core services and our volunteer admins. So first I'm going to talk about everything that goes into what we do here for volunteer services. So for volunteer services, we provide the training and everything that's needed for new people to come in and volunteer. So my most valuable person this year for that is Bob Group. And Bob is our coordinator for Paws and Tails University. Bob has been instrumental in bringing that all together, the COVID training, the waiver, all the training that we have online, where we did all the training here at SICSA before. Now we're doing 80 to 90% of it online. So thank you, Bob. You've made such a great team member, and I really appreciate you. Next, I'll talk about our administrative people, and we've had one person this year do the most hours, who is Vesta Stewart. And Vesta has helped me so much in preparing all those waivers that we've gotten, all those tests that we've gotten, and put them onto a digital surface where we can keep all that in line. We've also had some other people that I want to point out who have been on a team that have helped us take some of our vet information and put it online. And those people are Ann Long, Amy Romano, and Jackie Slater, as well as Vesta. They have all helped really kind of bring all that vet information together and help us get all the dogs and cats information online. So thank you for that. Next is our core services, and our core services is not always the funnest thing to do here at SICSA, but it's so very important. So I wanted to talk about that. First, we have laundry and dishes, which go on all day long here. If you've ever done laundry and dishes for us, you know what I'm talking about. And we so appreciate everyone that comes in and does these things. So I wanted to point out that our MVP for laundry and dishes this year is Thomas Merker. Tom, thank you so much for all your hard work and dedication. And honorable mention, special mention to Beverly Jones and Lee Massoud and Christine Spencer, who also did many, many hours in the laundry and dishes. Our other core services is our SICSA host, and it's been so important this year since COVID. Our SICSA host is a person that goes around and kind of sprays surfaces, chairs, tables, door handles, and it's been so very important for us to maintain everything being cleaned here often. So I really appreciate everyone that's done that. Our MVP for our SICSA host is Linda Poe. Thank you so much, Linda, for all your hard work and dedication. And special mention to, again, Beverly Jones and Natalie Jackson for all your hard work. Thank you, guys, and I look forward to seeing you all here at SICSA.
Hi, my name is Heather Sachs and I'm the president of Friends of SICSA. What a year. If you would have told me in April that Friends of SICSA would not only meet but beat their sales goals for contributing back to SICSA, I don't know what I would have done. And even a few months ago, I probably still would have said, no, I don't think so. But we pulled together and we did it. And the only way we did it is because I have an amazing team of FOS volunteers. I have so many people to thank, whether you baked, whether you sewed, whether you crocheted, whether you set up and tore down, whether you worked events, everyone pulled together, because obviously we couldn't have had the year that we had if everyone wasn't an MVP. So it's really hard to just pick one particular person when I need to thank everyone, but this year was actually a little bit easier to thank one particular person because one thing was different this year than other years. Face masks. Isn't this cute? You may have heard that we sold face masks this year. We actually sold $15,000 of face masks. I had several people who sewed face masks for me, but one person in particular sewed almost 1,600 face masks. That person is Julie Shucker. Julie is my coworker and my friend and an FOS volunteer for several years. She lives in Cincinnati, so she doesn't come to meetings or attend all the events, but Julie, for 6 months straight, sewed and sewed and sewed nearly every day, to the point where one day this summer, Julie called and said, "Can I take the night off because it's my wedding anniversary?" And I said, "Why? Are you going anywhere?" And she said, "No." And she sewed. And that tells you everything you need to know about Julie and probably a little more than you wanted to know about me. But I just want to thank Julie so much as my 2020 FOS MVP. Julie, it's not enough just to say thank you, but I appreciate everything you do for me and SICSA, and I appreciate your friendship, just as I appreciate every single person who's in FOS and every single SICSA volunteer and staff member who came to our events and made them what they are. So thank you to everyone. I hope that you'll still come to our bazaar, which is Friday, December 4th and Saturday, December 5th. I'm looking forward to ending out the year really strong, and I'm really excited to see what FOS and all my talented volunteers are gonna do in 2020. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Dr. Voss. I'm the Director of Veterinary Services and Animal Care. And I just wanted to say a huge thank you to our volunteers. In the vet clinic, we have some volunteers who have been with us for a really long time, and then some who have been here with us just for the last couple months, and we appreciate all of them. They help us with cleaning our surgical instruments and helping us monitor and recover our animals after they've had anesthesia. And they just, sometimes they bring us food, which we always appreciate. We've had some volunteers who have been coming for years, once or twice a week. And some volunteers who just started since we've been here in the new building, or at least started in the vet clinic since being in the new building. And we appreciate every single one of them. I would like to especially appreciate our MVP for the clinic, and that is Margaret Aschenbrenner. Margaret has been volunteering for SICSA for, gosh, really long time. I think, I don't even have the date, but she's been volunteering with SICSA for a really long time, and it's helped us with running our appointments with the foster appointments and our vet check appointments, and she just has been key in helping us get through those appointments more efficiently. So thank you, Margaret, and thank you to all of our volunteers, Missy and Noreen and Jonna and Ashley and Sue in the vet clinic, and those are our current volunteers and all of the other volunteers that we've had come through and help us over the last few years. We appreciate you all. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bob Group, a volunteer coordinator for Paws and Tails University. SICSA is truly blessed to have so many experienced and enthusiastic volunteers. What sets the Paws and Tails University instructors apart is our willingness to share our experience and our enthusiasm with newer volunteers. We feel like, in fact, we are helping shape the future of SICSA. This annual task is always difficult because I work with such dedicated and caring people. Being asked to pick a most valuable from this group is akin to me asking you to go out into your kitchen and tell me which leg of your kitchen table is the most important. That said, it is my honor at this time to recognize Anna Fernandez as the Paws and Tails MVP for the year 2020. As an orientation leader, Anna represents SICSA to our incoming volunteers. She stays current on classes and volunteer activities to update our orientations. Anna's warm personality and engaging manner put people immediately at ease. Her enthusiasm is evident to everyone she welcomes to SICSA. How one person can radiate that much personality through a mask, I will never know. My congratulations to Anna on this well-deserved recognition.
Hi guys, I'm Caitlin Beecraft, Marketing Manager here at SICSA. I just came to say thank you to all of our humane education volunteers. We especially want to thank our volunteers this year, and even though the program is currently suspended, we're looking forward to seeing your smiling faces back in the building next year. So for most hours, we want to thank Rebecca Copeland, Anna Hausneck, and Cecilia Sharp. Special mention goes to Olivia Sanders, Emma Blair, and Elizabeth Carr. Thank you guys so much for all you do. We really appreciate it.
All right. This year's Cat Kennel Volunteer MVP Award goes to Pat Harm. Pat's dedication to the cats in SICSA is one of a kind. Several times a week, she arrives in the morning with the roosters and not only cleans and maintains all the kitties' living spaces, but provides them with priceless love and affection. 255 hours worth of it. The cats and kittens are lucky to have you, Pat. Thank you so much. This year's Cat Whisperer MVP Award goes to Cat Enrichment Specialist Linda Glidewell. She has spent 380 hours as a volunteer so far this year. Talk about dedication. Linda runs a tight ship when it comes to simply being, I messed that up, sorry. This year's Cat Whisperer MVP Award goes to our Cat Enrichment Specialist, Linda Glidewell. She's spent 380 hours as a volunteer so far this year. Talk about dedication. Linda runs a tight ship when it comes to her cat's enrichment. So much of that for a shelter cat is simply being out of a kennel and being able to allow to roam into a free roaming area. Medically, behaviorally, space issues, there's a lot that goes into placing each cat in the right location, and Linda is incredible with this. She has every kitty's back when it comes to their peace and happiness at SICSA. Her love and dedication always allows them to go to their homes as better and more adoptable cats. Thank you for everything you do, Linda. Also, we'd like to take a moment to recognize Bob Group, Angie Garber, and Dory Dick for their tireless efforts as the famous Monday morning cat cleaning crew. Without fail, every Monday morning since the dawn of time, these three devoted, kind-hearted folks show up to deep clean the kennel cages in Kitty City. Thank you for everything.
Hi everyone, I'm Christina Hutchins, the foster coordinator for SICSA. If you haven't been able to meet me yet, at least not face to face, I really look forward to meeting you guys hopefully next year. I've got a couple of categories that I would like to award for our foster volunteers. So there are a couple of people per category, so bear with me. The first category that I wanted to give a big shout out to is our safe pet fosters. So for anyone who doesn't know, a safe pet is an animal that is owned by somebody who's going through a rough time. So sometimes that's leaving a domestic violence situation, dealing with homelessness, medical issues, things like that. Just life happens, and sometimes people are unable to care for their pets. So our Safe Pets program puts these pets into temporary foster care while they wait for their owners to be able to take them back. So it is a really time-consuming type of foster, but it really does make a huge difference for these animals and for their owners who get to get their beloved pets back. So I wanted to mainly recognize some of our longer care Safe Pet fosters. So I'm going to start with Amanda Cross. She is actually new to SICSA. She started with the COVID shutdown, so we definitely appreciate her reaching out to us. She fostered Ramsey, who was a coonhound mixed dog. His owner was going in for some sort of medical treatment and she was unable to care for him. And she had him in her care for 85 days, and then he got to go back home with his owner. So we're very excited for that. Caitlin Witcherman also started with the COVID shutdown, and she fostered Dave. They had him for 209 days in foster total, and a couple more days of him in the kennel for weekends and things like that. Dave unfortunately could not go back with his owner, but the fosters have decided to adopt him. So he is staying with them forever. So we think that that ended up being a pretty happy ending anyway. And then we have two fosters that still have Safe Pet fosters right now. We have Heaven Pena, who has Bella and Precious. They are two cats that have been in our care for a total of 260 days so far. Their owner's also in a medical treatment facility. He is recovering. Unfortunately, with COVID, it kind of made things extend a bit longer than anticipated. So they are still in foster care, and Heaven is taking wonderful care of them, and hopefully they'll be able to reunite with their owner at some point. And then Robin Case is a foster who has two little dogs, Teeny and Mario, and they have been in foster for currently 211 days. So their owner is dealing with some homelessness issues, but we are actually hoping to have her set up in a house within the next couple of weeks, so hopefully those guys will be going home soon. Our Safe Pet fosters really are amazing resources for the community, and we really thank them for all of their hard work and time commitment. I know it's a longer commitment than most fosters. Our next category is for the most foster hours, and this is basically the person who fostered the most amount of animals over the last year. So this will be from November 1st of last year up until October 31st of this year, and the award goes to Donna Bleach. He fostered a total of 30 animals, which totals out to 1,201 foster hours. So he usually does moms and babies, so they usually come with quite a big litter, and he does an amazing job, and we really appreciate all of his continued hard work. And then our last foster category are our rising stars. So these are fosters who are brand new to SICSA, but have really hit the ground running and have started fostering as many animals as they can. So we have, first up is Joni Sorrentino. She is a brand new foster, and she started in July, towards the end of July. And so far she has fostered 16 animals, which totals out to 188 hours, which for a brand new foster is quite a record. Definitely a revolving door of kittens. And then Trish Glazer is our next, who has started in May, and she has fostered a total of 15 animals. And she had a bit of a longer stay with some younger kiddos, so her hours total at 347. So they really did just kind of, again, hit the ground running, and second they brought kittens back, they were ready to take some more. So we definitely really appreciate that. It makes a huge difference during kitten season. And then for all of our other fosters, I did just want to say a big shout out. With the COVID shutdown that happened in March, where we did actually have to close down to the public, you guys really stepped up and made a giant difference. We were able to get out all of our animals into foster homes, out of the building within about 48 hours. So you guys you stepped up to the plate, and you were ready to go with a moment's notice. And people from all over the community have really come out to support SICSA. We've had a total of 92 new fosters start since March. And that's people who have been able to actually take an animal home. We're actually at the point where I'm getting so many applications per day that I can't keep up with them all. We haven't been able to send as many animals home as we have fosters. So definitely a very good problem to have. This community has been absolutely amazing. So I just wanted to say a big thank you to every single one of you.
Nicole, the Adoption Program Manager here at SICSA. I just want to take a minute to thank all the volunteers that put in so much of their time and effort to help SICSA accomplish our mission. In the adoption program, we have a handful of really great volunteers that help us out a ton throughout the year. So I wanted to take a minute to give a shout out to a few of those. One is Katie Gebhardt, who has put in 27 hours since last November helping our petographer get photos of all of the adoptable animals. Also Judy Wensler, who is the paper queen here at SICSA. She's put in 72 hours helping the adoption program, doing various administrative tasks, including creating the adoption packets that go home with every animal. Our MVP this year is going to be Sue Wolf, who does cat adoptions on Sundays. Since last November, she has clocked 592.57 hours for us. So she has been incredibly helpful and I greatly appreciate her. She has stuck by me with all of the different changes that I've set up for her, as well as COVID and the new building. And she's been a real trooper and we couldn't have done it without her.
Hi, my name is Chris Van Wyk. I'm the Animal Care Manager here at SICSA. I wanted to say thank you to all the volunteers for making SICSA the wonderful place that it is. Without your hard work and all your help, I know my team wouldn't be able to get as much done as they do, and I greatly appreciate all the work that you put in for changing animals' behaviors to help them get more adoptable. For the Mod Squad, our MVP this year is Bridget Marbury. She's been wonderful working with our most difficult dogs, and she makes such a great impact on their life. It's been unbelievable. Honorable mention is Ariana Johnson. She's here so often helping with our difficult dogs. I see her walking Enrique all the time, and it's so great to see. As far as our general volunteers for dog walking, nobody's put in more hours than Jen Conforti. She is dedicated to this place. It's so awesome to see. She spends so much time here and gives up so much of her life to help our dogs. It's wonderful. Special recognition goes to Cindy Smith and Patty Hirschauer. They're an awesome team. They're here every Friday without a doubt, working together to walk our dogs. They were voted highly with the ACT team, and they win the honorable mention.
Hello SICSA volunteers, my name is Nicole Sturk and I'm the Resource Innovation Director here at SICSA. I have the privilege of recognizing the MVP for our special events this year. We are so excited to recognize the Committee of Lift Your Leg. The entire committee this year went above and beyond when our event that was typically in person shifted to a virtual event. At the time, we didn't even have a dedicated special events staff member, and they just took the lead and just took over and helped us really accomplish something incredible. In that event, we saw participants doing things that they had never done before, and you guys stepped up and stepped in and really just overcame in such a huge way. We could not have done it without you. We're so grateful for all the effort and work you put in to making Lift Your Leg, albeit not what we were used to, a very successful and wonderful event. We're also really looking forward to this coming 2021, where we will celebrate the Lift Your Leg 10th anniversary event, and we hope and pray it'll be in person. Thank you guys so very much again for all of the countless hours, dedication, effort, and heart and passion you put into making Lift Your Leg a very successful online event, and we couldn't have done it without you. Thank you to all of our volunteers.
Hi, it's Nora again, and I get the privilege of presenting the big SICSA Overall Volunteer Appreciation Award. When I was asked to choose someone to represent the Big Poobah Award, it wasn't challenging coming up with a number of people who fit into this category this year. In fact, it was so challenging that I'm not picking just one, I'm picking two, because as the CEO and president, I get to do that. So this year, the award goes to these two fine people. The first is Mr. Bob Group. Bob, the transition to the new building and then the COVID transition was so challenging. Janie, our volunteer manager, had been one of the people that we had to lay off during the transition, and you and a team of your Pat you folks really helped me as we transitioned through this process. And then when we got Janie back, you helped Janie get our volunteers back on board in a series. So I just want to thank you and show our appreciation by having you be one of our 2 SICSA Appreciation overall winners. The second one, drum roll please, Heather Sachs. Heather, we wanted to choose the whole FOS team, and really all of our FOS certainly deserve it. But Heather, you have been amazing this year. It was never we can't, it was always how can we. And you moved the FOS team on a dime and recreated the FOS team and your fundraising efforts again and again this year. You worked with staff, it was collaborative, and it showed the true spirit of volunteers and staff working together for the best of all of our animals. So those are my 2. Thank you, Bob and Heather. We appreciate all our volunteers, and you 2 take the cake if we had one. And if anybody remembers, I really love cake. And so I'm missing the LA cake this year a great deal. Well, how'd we do? Did we do a pretty decent job thanking you this year? Thank you for your attention. And again, I wish we could do this in person, but since we can't, on behalf of the staff and the animals in which you serve, thank you from the bottom of our heart. Thank you.
Hey, Will Bach back here again from MidWestern Wealth Management, a proud supporter of SICSA volunteers. Wow, what an impressive list of accomplishments we just heard. In the midst of a worldwide pandemic, you have demonstrated love, compassion, and commitment to the animals in our care. Through your dedication, SICSA was able to continue services while helping our furry friends find forever homes. Once again, on behalf of MidWestern Wealth Management, thank you for an amazing year and have a blessed holiday season.